forgot how we do things. You guys say your names now. I remember that part.
There we go. It unmuted finally. I'm Joey at JWonderl on the MakeCode forums.
I'm Shannon at Shakao on the MakeCode forums.
And I'm Vivian at LiveTriff on the MakeCode forums.
And I hope you guys all enjoyed the MakeCode show, which was on just before us. I don't actually know the schedule of that, but it's going to be happening somewhat regularly in the future. So make sure you turn into that too. They're going to have all kinds of cool like MakeCode tips and things. So yeah. Anyway, we don't talk about MakeCode tips. We talk about making games, playing games we like, and games about oceans, because that's what we're doing this week.
Ocean.
And so we were throwing around some ideas before stream about what to do, and I'm going to throw out all of them. And instead, I'm going to make an Echo the Dolphin game.
Who's that? Do I know that?
So Echo the Dolphin was this really, like, I don't know if it was obscure, but it wasn't extremely popular game for the Sega Genesis and like the Sega Game Gear, where you play as a dolphin. And the reason that people remember it is because it had really cool movement. You were a dolphin, you like would turn around in the water, you could like go up out of the water and do like jumps. And you could echolocate things, and it was a lot of fun.
What's the goals that you have as a dolphin?
You know, you eat fish, and then you're trying to save the world because you're really an alien or something like that. I don't really remember.
Okay. Sounds awesome.
Yeah, but anyway, we're not going to do any of that story stuff. I just want to do a game where you're a dolphin and you're moving around, and we kind of simulate the swimming. So the kind of let's make a little comment that's gonna. Oh, whoops.
Oh, I thought you zoomed out so far that the blocks disappeared. I'm like, whoa.
No. So let's talk about dolphin movement.
Let's talk about dolphin movement. Do you guys know, this is not super related, they discovered a new type of whale yesterday.
I heard. But I didn't look into the whale. Do you know much about the whale?
It's a beaked whale, which is why it's relevant, because they look kind of like dolphins. It like looks like a dolphin if you took the head and like shrunk it down real small and like stretched the body a bit.
Are you sure they didn't discover a new dolphin?
It could have been a dolphin pranking them.
All right, yeah, so dolphin movement. One thing is underwater, no gravity.
Mm-hmm. Wait, why is the dolphin? Oh, I see.
Above water, gravity. So the idea is you can jump in and out of water. The next thing is that there is momentum. So you keep going, you slow down, but you will keep going a little bit after you finish pressing the button, even if you're going pretty fast, you know?
Yep.
And then the last kind of important bit is turn radius. So normally when we do just turning in games, we just make it so that you instantly start going in that direction. In Echo the Dolphin, because you're underwater and you're like a long dolphin thing, it takes a bit for you to turn around. So you kind of have to be clever about when you press the buttons so that you can dodge things. All right, now who wants to do a difficult task?
What is the task?
I need a dolphin, but like facing, I think, 8 directions.
I don't want to draw a dolphin. I don't like dolphins. Somebody else want to draw a dolphin? I can if I have to, but I won't be happy doing it.
I'll draw the dolphin. Vivian can draw the other non-dolphin.
Thank you, Shannon. I appreciate it.
Okay, and like Shannon, feel free to be as sketchy as you want with this. Like, it doesn't need to be super filled out.
Can you explain what like perspective you're picturing for this game?
It's side scroller, so you'll be viewing the dolphin from the side, and if you want to think about it, you can just make it like going around a circle.
Okay, but
like
you can never go. Sorry.
Yeah, like tangential to the circle.
Cool. Yeah. Okay, sounds good. And what size?
I think it should be long, so maybe like 32 by 16. Would that work?
Okay. Be a little weird when you rotate, but I will do my best.
Oh, I guess 32 by 32, but that's like the size of the dolphin.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
All right. So we also need fish to be eaten by our dolphin. Who wants to draw fish?
I can make the cutest fish. So we're like, man, I sure do wish that the dolphin would stop eating these cute fish.
Vivian, can you explain your dolphin animosity again?
I feel like I brought this. Okay, I don't like the fact that dolphins are so smart that they can do mean things with mean intent. Other animals might do mean things, but they don't know it's mean because they're not smart enough. But dolphins are smart, and they'll still do it anyway.
Well, sometimes they're
finally.
nice though, right? Like I threw some rings to them in SeaWorld in Japan, and they like I threw it poorly, but they still caught them. They were being cool about it.
But Vivian knows that dolphin could cyberbully someone if it wanted
Oh,
to.
Yeah. It just chose to be nice to you, Joey. And there's so much pro dolphin, propaganda around the world. I feel like I just need to balance it out.
All right, guys, focus up. Joey, I need you to draw a hoop for our dolphin to jump through. You're going to draw it in two parts, like the front part and the back part, so we can jump through it.
So it's like a angle?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
All right, well, let's do some basic tile maps. So we're going to use green for our background color because, yeah, I don't know, it's oceany. And let's go ahead and fill it in. We also want to have some tiles that are like the surface of the water. So we'll do this. Oh, whoops.
Real quick, Shannon, is your dolphin 16 by 16? What size should I make my rings?
It's gonna be 32 long and then probably like
rotate around. So 32 by 32 rings. Probably.
It'll be a lot skinnier than 32 though.
Yeah, but you should have some wiggle room.
Yeah.
Are you
We don't want to be too mean to the nice dolphins.
Outlines? No.
All right. And maybe we'll make this prettier later, but we're just going to do some surface water. So let's go ahead and draw the surface of our water right now. And then we'll make a sky tile. Cool. Okay. We also want to have some like rocky areas. So let's do that. We're going to use our purples to just draw some shapes.
Oh, your ocean looks so nice.
Thank you. Cool, and I want to get to coding because I think this might be a bit of coding today. So I'm just going to leave this for now, but I'll make it look prettier later. All right, let's go ahead and make this a wall. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and create a sprite, and our sprite is going to be our dolphin. And we're going to make it 32 by 32 for now. And while we're waiting on dolphin images, I'm going to go ahead and just make some real quick. So this is just going to be super basic. We're going to have an array of 8 images. And this is, I'm just going to draw some lines to represent the dolphin in the various positions. So let's go ahead and just draw some like red arrows. So do like this. Next one will be like this. Oops. All right. The next one's going to be going down. And I'm getting lazier.
Shannon, can I use your asset tool so I can give Richard all my fish in one go?
Yes. I think if you put them all in and then you export it and drag that into a game and generate a URL, Richard can put that URL into the extensions and that should give him the images.
Okay, cool. Can you drop me a link?
Oh,
Or do you know it?
It's I don't know it.
Okay, cool. Okay, I can dig it up. I can dig it up.
Let me see.
All right. So let's talk a little bit about how we're going to figure out what angle we're going in. So I don't know is there an angle of movement in your Sprite util, or should I just use ATN2, Joey?
Oh, like angle based off of their current velocity?
Yeah.
I don't think I have that.
All right, no problem. So figuring out the angle based off velocity is actually pretty easy. You only need one block for it. And let's go ahead and drag this out. We're going to be getting the ATAN2. And this is the arctan squared, which is a fun trigonometry thing, but in our terms, it'll just give us the angle if we put in the y first and the x second. So we're going to go ahead and put in our Vy up here. We're going to put in our Vx up here. And we're going to change these both to be Dolphin. And this is going to give us our angle in radians. So we want to convert this from radians to be an index that we can put into this array. And the easiest way to do that is to just use a divide real quick. So go ahead and do this divide. And we want to divide it by 2 pi, because 2 pi is a full circle in radians. So for that, I'm just going to do 6.28, which is 3.14 times 2. All right, so this is going to give us a number, but it's going to be a float, which is not what we want. We want this to be an integer. To fix that, we can just go into here, grab this floor function, and do this. And now this should give us our angle, I believe. All right, so just to test this out, I'm going to use the move my sprite with buttons, and I'm going to move our dolphin. And on game update, I'm going to set our dolphin's image to this value from that array. Make this dolphin images. Okay. And let's see what happens. Nothing. Richard can't do math.
Richard, I'm pretty sure these dolphins are all going to be different sizes, but we're in it now.
I told you, as sketchy as possible. Joey, what am I doing wrong?
So this will give you ATAN2 should be between, I mean, it might be negative. If it gives you an error, it might be giving you a negative value, but I think it's 0 to 2 pi. So this looks like it would just be, wouldn't this just always give you 0? Because you're dividing by 6.28, right. You need to multiply by. length.
So I need to, let's see.
This should be giving you something in the domain of 0 to 1.
Yes.
And so you
I
need to multiply by
it
length.
8.
Yeah.
Guys, math is tough.
That is tough.
It's great though. Oh wait. All right, let's see. Hooray!
Whoa.
Okay, so yeah, it does seem to be giving me some negative values.
Okay, so just add.
So yeah, we just add
3.14.
3.14. And then we might have to rearrange our images a bit.
We might have been able to get away with the map block. I think it does just do multiplication and division, so it probably would work if you did the from negative 3.14 to 3.14.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's do that.
Keep that around though, because I don't trust it.
All right. Let's do a map. Let's take our ATN2, divide. Well, yeah, we'll take our ATN2, which will go from negative 3.14 to 3.14, and we want to map it from 0 to 7.
Is it offset slightly? Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah.
We might want round instead of floor. No.
No, that's right. It's just backwards.
Backwards. Okay, that works.
All right, this is great. Okay, so we can make this pretty. We can fix this pretty easily by just let's see. We need to.
If it's backwards, do we just add 3 in mod? Oh, okay. Let me just rearrange.
No, I'm just gonna fix it. So we just need to move these 4 down and those 4 up.
Mm-hmm.
Great. All right. Let's start doing some movement. So I'm going to get rid of this move block, and we're going to be doing our own movement in this game. So we're going to need an on-game update, and I'm going to put it as a separate on-game update just so that we don't have to keep looking at this math thing. You can have as many on-game updates in your game as you want. They'll all run at the same time. So it's useful if you want to kind of, encapsulate your code. And I guess they technically won't run at the same time. They'll run one after another, but you get the idea. So what we want to do is we're going to be checking our buttons pressed, and we're going to be using that to set the acceleration on our guy. We're also going to be setting a max velocity so that you can only go so fast. And we're going to be storing a direction, which is the direction you're currently going. When you hold a button in a direction, the direction is going to start changing slowly to get to that point. So let's go ahead and create a variable that's going to represent our direction. And we're going to use degrees, I think. we're using radians up here, but I'm going to use degrees for this just because, you know, this is the code that we're going to have to probably write some numbers for. And it's just going to be easier if we use degrees here. I probably should use degrees up there too, but whatever. So we're going to set this to 0 for now because 0 is right. And as it goes up, we're going to be going will it be counterclockwise or clockwise? I think it'll be clockwise. Okay.
It should be clockwise.
Cool. All right. So we're going to go ahead and do our big if statement now, which is going to be handling all of our button presses. So let's go ahead and bring out a few of these. We're going to go into controller, this, and I'm going to create a function now, which is going to be like move towards angle. And it's going to take in a number, which is going to be the degrees. Okay, so let's go ahead and make this first. We're going to put an if statement in here, and we're going to say that if we are less than this angle, so we're using direction, then we want to make direction higher, otherwise we want to make it smaller. And this isn't going to work super well because we need to wrap around 360.
If you do use the Sprite util, the set velocity should do the wraparound for you.
Yeah, but
if you just keep on like going past 360, it should just keep on.
Yeah, but it won't quite work because so we need to specify the angles that you should be going for each combination of button presses.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense.
So we might have to do something fancy to handle that. See if I can remember. I know I've done it in the past, but it was complicated. Okay, so first let's go ahead and I'm going to ignore that for now because I might be bringing in the Sprite util extension. And let's just do our cases to show how this angle kind of gets used. So we're going to have this. We have 4 different cases, or I guess 6 different cases. We have 8 different cases. It's going to be fun. All right. So we need for each of these, we're going to change these to be left and right. And we're going to change these also to be left and right. And now in each of these slots in our on-game update, we're going to do one call to that function I just made. So let's go ahead down here, and we're going to go ahead and put it up in this first one. So this will run if up is pressed and left is pressed, which is equal to, let's see, if we're going clockwise, that should be 180 plus 45, 225.
225's maybe that up and left. Yes, perfect.
Yeah. If we're pressing up and right, that's going to be 270 plus 45, so that'll be 315. And if we are just pressing up, that is going to be 270. And if you're wondering where I'm getting these angles from, you can look up something called the unit circle, which will tell you the angles at the various kind of like directions. It might give it to you in radians, but you know, I'm doing the conversion to degrees. All right. So let's go ahead and do the next one. If down button is pressed and left is pressed, and that's going to be 180 minus 45. So that'll be 135. If right is pressed and down is pressed, then that is going to be 90 minus 45. So that'll be just 45. And if just down is pressed, that's going to be 90. Okay, finally, if left is pressed, that is 180. And if right is pressed, that is 0. All right, and we should now be covering all 8 of our directions. You should see 0, 45, 90, 135, 180, 225, 270, 315. Yep, that's right. Okay. So now I'm going to add Joey's extension. All right. So what we want to do is we are going to say that if our direction is less than degrees, what we want to do, I think, is make our, will your extension handle negative angles also?
It should, yes.
Okay, awesome. I think this will work, but let's see. So we're going to set, well, we'll change direction by -1. We'll change direction by +1. I'm sorry, forget that. We'll change direction by 1. We'll change direction by -1. And then we want to go ahead and actually call the function, which is in Sprite utils, which sets the velocity based off the angle and speed. So let's go ahead and do the Dolphin. And we're going to set our angle to be direction. And speed to be like 50. Oh, we need to convert to radians.
Yeah.
Whoops. 500's a lot. All right, I'm gonna make this turn him out a bit more. And this number that we're changing, by the way, this 5, this is what's going to determine our turn radius. Wait, all right, let me do a camera follow real quick so that I can figure out what's going wrong.
I feel like Richard's gonna do something really cool on stream, but I'm not paying attention at all. When I pay attention, it's gonna be awesome. But it sounds difficult.
There's been a lot of angle math going on, and I've been very focused on drawing dolphins.
yeah. I feel like everybody's
works, but
look
it
bad.
does have the error that I was talking about. The problem with the wraparound is still present. So like I'm going right now, and if I press up, I'm going to go the opposite way that I should to go around.
I see.
Which we'll figure something out for that later, but it basically is working.
I've got images for you if you want.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, let's go ahead and put those in.
I used Vivian's very smart idea of putting them all into a project that you can import.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was like, I want to have like a lot of fish. How can I make it so that Richard won't be mad that I have a lot of fish?
All right. So now these should show up in the gallery, I believe.
Yeah. Bottom of the
Dolphin. Oh, it looks so good, Shannon.
Wait.
All right. Okay, so we want to do this one first. Next one is going top left. So we want this one. Next one is going straight up. Next one's going top right. Next one's going just right. Just right. Next one's going bottom right. Next one's going just down. Do you want to talk briefly about how you did this, Shannon?
Drew the dolphins?
I was talking about how you got Sprite.
The Sprite thing. Right, yeah. Yeah, so Richard and I made a little tool that you can use. I'll paste the URL into chat. Jacob, it is the Echo the Dolphin arcade game. Richard is coding it. But yeah, so this is essentially a tool that lets you export a bunch of sprites in a way that other people can import and use them in their game. So you go to this page, you can make a bunch of different sprites, and then you click the little like download button to save it. And then I did save as MKC or download MKCD, and then I dragged that into the arcade editor to like load it into a project. And then I clicked share to generate a share URL. And then when Richard put that share URL into the extensions dialog, all the sprites showed up in the gallery.
How much time would you say you need the fish? Or how much time do I have before I have to deliver the fish?
You have as much time as you want.
Cool. Okay.
All right, so a few things. So this is working pretty well, but I'm noticing that our angle thing is actually a little bit off. And the way to fix that is I think we need to subtract 45 degrees from our angle. And that'll give us like a bit of a dead zone, if that makes sense. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all of this logic that we wasted time doing. And instead of using the velocity directly, which is kind of fraught, as I was just showing, we're going to be using our nice little direction variable that we have. And we're going to map this direction to be from 0 to 360. Oh, whoops. 0 to 360. And we want to map it again from low to high, like that. And this might now mess up our angles since I changed them all earlier. I need this round.
What does it mean if a fish is laying upside down?
Taking a nap, Joey.
And then going straight to the farm.
All right. I wish I had thought of this the first time. So, but yeah, so now we're just going to go ahead and put the images back the way they were. Oh boy, if there was ever a two-parter game, this might be one of them. Because there's going to be a lot of stuff going on. But it's worth it because I got to mention Echo the Dolphin.
I got to talk down on dolphins.
If it takes 2 parts to include Vivian's fish, then we definitely have to do 2 parts.
Oh no, my fish can be done whenever. But if, give me an inch, I'll take a mile.
What's the, okay, no, not Vivian. What's the over under on how many fish you guys have think Vivian has made?
I'm going to say 5.
10.
Okay, I'll do 15 then.
Wow. I mean, you gotta think about the game here. You should have gone 11 or 6 or something. That's how you win the game.
Oh, I trust Vivian.
Thank you, Shannon.
All right. So I think we need to figure out this turning thing now. So we need to make sure that whenever we turn directions, so if you look at the simulator buttons right now, I'll kind of explain this issue. All right. So right now, I need to get to a position where I can show it off. It's kind of tough to do. Okay, so right now I'm going to the right. All right, I'm going to press up. And I took the long way around. I shouldn't have gone that way. I should have gone this way, which is the faster way to go up. But because our logic right now is based off the number of degrees and whether it's less than or greater than, we weren't able to figure that out. Because we're just checking to see if it's less than or greater than, and 0 degrees, which is to the right, is less than 360. So it's always going to try and go clockwise. I mean, less than 270.
Can we just invert the direction if the difference is greater than 180? Difference between the two is greater than 180?
I think that's right. I'm glad you're thinking about this, Joey, because I've figured out this problem before, but I was pretty sure I wasn't going to be able to do it on stream.
Yeah. We'll see if this works.
Yeah, we'll see.
I could also just like look at where I wrote the follow code because I did this exact same problem. That's
why don't
probably
you
a
start
better
doing that while
solution.
we're doing this, but yeah. I've also written, like I said before, I've also written code to do this before, but it's been a while, and I always seem to have to figure it out every time. Where's absolute value?
Isn't it?
Oh, here it is. It's its own block.
I don't know why it's its own block.
Joey, that's aggressive.
I don't know. It could be in the other. It could be in round. I believe it's a roundish behavior. Round adjacent. Okay. How does this work then?
Well, now we just go in circles.
I like that behavior too.
Yeah, so I think the problem here is that we're going negative. So what we need to do is we need to make sure that degrees is always positive, which is easy to do. We just see if it's less than 0, and if it's less than 0, we add 360 to it.
Oh, this is the part.
Oop. Now I'm back to doing circles forever.
Something good at the beginning there, though.
Yeah, it's when you hold right, you do circles forever. So there's something wrong with 0.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, everything else is fine. It's just 0. What's that about?
If direction less than 0, change direction by 360.
What is it?
Oh, okay.
I think this is it.
Yeah. So the issue before was it was the equals its own. No.
Oh, nope, not quite. Oh, I think I also have to do the other one. So if direction is
Greater than 360.
greater than 360, then we change direction by negative 360.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's good.
Whoa.
I rewrote the follow to be completely different since I had it implemented this way, so it's harder to find.
All right, cool. Well, I've got the basics of movement going. So we also, it would be cool if we could flip the images depending on if we're going, like we want the images to stay correct right now. And if you go like that is, no, I guess it's fine. You know, dolphins can swim however they want.
You can't control a dolphin.
Yeah.
They follow
Dolphins can
dolphin
swim-
law.
Dolphins can swim upside down if they want to go, if they're going left.
Is there really an upside down when you're far enough underwater?
We're not that far underwater though.
I don't know. 5 feet is pretty far.
All right, let's do jumping. Okay, wait. So the other thing we need to do real quick is when we're underwater, we want to make sure so that we have friction. I'm going to make a function real quick, which is actually a function we also made yesterday, I think, which is set is under the sea. We don't have the rights.
It's a fair use. It's a cover. It's a parody.
It's only a parody if you make a funny song out of it. Vivian.
Under
So
the sea.
start making up a parody song.
It's under the sea, so it's about all the letters beyond C. So D, E, F.
Silence.
Something is better. Something, something from D to Z. Do, do. Up there.
So when we're under the sea, what we're going to do is we're going to store a variable first, which is going to be are we under the sea? And to start out, this is going to be true. I think we're going to start underwater, but I'll handle this in a second. So what we want to do is if under the sea does not equal underwater, then we're going to set our velocity and our friction. I mean, our acceleration and our friction, depending on which we're in. So we want friction if we're underwater. We want acceleration if we are above the sea. If that makes sense. All right, so let's do that. So we're going to, I'm going to have to do something fancy when we're under the water for the direction, but that'll be fine. So we're going to go ahead and grab out this set property. And when we're underwater, we want to set our friction. So we're going to do fx and fy.
Are we continually setting every frame the speed with the set velocity at angle block? I'm forgetting. Or is that only when a button is held down?
Yes, it is every frame.
Okay, so I don't think the angle or friction will work on their own here for that reason, because it's going to be setting the friction. It's going to slow it down 1 frame's worth, and then it'll get reset the next frame.
Okay.
So probably just once.
Well, no. We set it every frame until you stop holding the button. So.
Okay, so then if you let go, eventually you'll just stop in the middle of the water. That seems fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we're going to set this to be 100, 100. I don't know. And we need to call this function. So let's go ahead and start by just doing set is under the sea to be true.
Those are both fx, I think.
Oh, right. This is odd. What's going on there? Does friction y always apply? Is this a bug we fixed? I vaguely remember fixing this bug. Do you, Joey?
Joey, you're muted.
I'm missing the bug here. What behavior are you not expecting?
I'm holding down. So like I hold up, I hold down.
Yeah. And it's applying the friction. So it's going to apply 1 unit's worth. Oh, yeah. It's going to apply 1 unit's worth of that per frame. So like it'll slow down by like 10.
But I'm setting the speed each frame. So if I hold up, I go this fast. If I hold down, I go this fast.
Hmm. I'm not sure, right away.
I'm pretty sure this was a bug and then we fixed it. What am
I vaguely remember fixing something like that, but I'll find
Fy to be way less than Fx.
If we fixed it, it's probably not. It's probably released in beta, not live.
Yeah. All right, we're not going to do Fy. Just going to do Fx. All right. Not the best, but whatever. Okay. So we've got this. We've got our movement when we're underwater. We've got our friction. But if we are not underwater, then what we want to do is we want to set our Fx to be 0. And we want to set our Ay to be some gravity value. And we're just going to set this to be like, I don't know, 200. See how that works. And now let's go ahead and actually write our tile overlap code to make this transition happen. So we're going to go into scene and we're going to do an on tile overlap. On sprite overlap tile, I mean. Whoops. And we're going to say that when we overlap the ocean, we're going to set this to be true. And when we overlap the sky, we're going to set it to be false. So we should lop into the ocean.
Oh.
We're not clearing the AY now.
Great effect, though.
Oh, right. One other thing. So we need that variable that I have now. We're going to go ahead and set that also. We're going to set are we under the sea to be equal to underwater. And we're going to be using that inside of our controller block because we don't want controls will be disabled while you are out of the water.
Out of the sea.
Oh wait, I don't need that knot. All right, let me do a majestic leap now. Whee! Woo!
Majestic
I like
is
it.
exactly the word I would use for that.
Okay, so there's one other thing we need to do real quick, and that is if we are not under the sea, then we're going to instead set our angle based on the velocity like we were before. Ugh, if only someone hadn't deleted that code. But alas, we're going to rewrite it. So I'm going to take the square root, going to change this to be a tan 2. Going to go into sprites. We're going to go ahead and get our Vx and our Vy. Change this to be our Dolphin. We're going to call this map. We're going to put this in here. This goes from negative 3.14 to 3.14. And we're going to map it from low to 359, I guess. And with that, we are going to set our direction. So let's go ahead and get our variable out here. Our direction. This is in radians. Well, no, this works, right? But it's not right. It should be negative 180 to 180.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, so that should be fine. And then we're also going to copy over this because we're lazy and I don't want to figure out the right values. So if direction is less than 0, we'll add 360 to it. And finally, I'm going to take this, and I need to make sure that this always runs after this. So I'm going to put this down here.
Okay, I want a spoiler on how many fish that being made, so I'm loading it in immediately.
You cheated. Okay.
I was pushed by Shannon's number. I was running out of steam at 11, but I was like, I'm so close to 15.
Wait, so you're saying you were gonna give up on my number, but then like Shannon spoiled it.
Yeah, it was the more appealing win.
Okay.
Okay, this is not working quite right.
Do we need to offset by pi? Because we did it before by just rotating the images in the array.
Oh, I think you're right.
Okay, that's some fish. Ooh, I really like the blue one. The first blue one.
Oh, okay.
The chubby blue one.
Oh, my attempt at a whale?
No, the chubby light blue one. The whale is good too.
Oh, yeah, I like the chubby light blue one too.
Got a Nemo. This is a good extension. This should be an allowed listed extension.
I went for quantity. Because, when you look at fish, are you looking at an individual fish? No.
You're looking at a lot of fish.
Exactly.
The jellyfish is quite cute too. It is very high quality.
For sure. And all the
All right. So we're not going to quite figure this out. I'm thinking maybe we can come back and do this one tomorrow. Do you guys want to do more dolphin hijinks tomorrow?
Yeah.
Also, you should have
Right.
Vivian's fish.
Yeah, so I'll maybe figure this out on stream and then actually code it the right way on stream. But yeah, but let's go ahead first, and we're going to add Vivian's fish.
Joey has rings?
Yeah, you could also just like throw those away and make your own rings if you want.
Joey.
Circles are very hard to draw. I angled circles are incredibly hard to draw.
Yeah. I feel that.
In pixel art, especially, but
All right.
also just getting the dimensions.
We'll scroll down to the bottom and see.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, so many fish.
Vivian!
Okay,
That's
so
what people love to see.
that's the one that I was talking about. That is my favorite, the chubby light blue one.
Yes, I try to give you a variety of sizes. You have your standard 16 by 16. You have some small ones. You have some big ones.
That's good. We're going to be eating some of these fish, but you will not be eating the whale or the swordfish or the other ones. So yeah, we're going to have plenty to do tomorrow. And because Joey's not getting out of this one, we're going to add his too.
Oh. Didn't know you could just import a project.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of repos now with fish.
That looks great, Joey.
Nice.
It's kind of. It goes.
Oh.
That's perfect, Joey. All right.
But this is just a way better way of copy and pasting them in, though. Just making the shared product so we don't have to like say like, hey, this is 21 by 33. Get the number right.
All right. Thanks everybody for watching our game about this dolphin doing sweet tricks. Like that. Ooh, yeah.
Wow.
Like this dolphin do that.
No. Oh no.
Can we copy the text we had from the skating game too?
Yeah.
Oh no.
All right.
That's a wrap.
We've got some things to work out. Anyway, I'm Richard at Richard on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Joey at J Wonderl on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Shannon at Chakao. Jacob says we should name this game. Jacob says Tony Hawk Pro Dolphin, and I think we should name this game that.
Yes.
Don't you think it should be Tony Dolphin, Pro Dolphin, Pro Hawk?
It'll be Tony Albatross.
Albatross. Yeah.
Oh.
They're the hawks of the sea.
And I'm Vivian at Live Cheerful on the MakeCode forums.